Hey, greetings and salutations from the Aquaponics Guy. And this week, as promised, we're bringing to you the plan. Now, in today's economic climate, and if you are being clearly honest with yourself, you may think that you need some more preparation, some more supplies that might happen in times of want. Now, as we're looking to prepare and gather these supplies for our friends and family, you might be thinking of the basic needs that you're wanting. Now, you might be familiar with Maslow's hierarchy of basic needs. We might have heard of it in high school or college, but the first three are food, water, and shelter. And most of us have shelter taken care of already, so we fall back into the water and food portion to gather for those friends and family that we love. In this video, we're going to be considering what it would take to be ready for our need for food. Now, if you look at the charts here, we have seen it all before in the past. A crisis hits us, whether it's a flood or a tornado or a hurricane, whatever the natural disaster might be, the supply chain, the trucks and the trains trying to get to the stores are interrupted. And in the stores, the shelves become bare. On the daily commodities, the food, anything that's out there that people think they might need in the near future. Within 3 days, everything is gone. What do you have in your storage that can mitigate in a day or a week or a month of a crisis hitting you where you live? If you have something, how long can it last without electricity? Can it sustain the people in your household without needing to be rationed with what you have? What is your ability to replenish what you are using in the times of want? Now, I identified for myself 4 main areas that I needed to consider. And to keep them straight for you, let me read for you. Assess what you have in your garage, in your closets, in your storage. Identify what you need, what things that you're in want of, what things that are going to be needed in that time of crisis. Third, prioritize what actions need to be taken. And lastly, fourth, get started and follow through. Now, I wrote these down in a graphic that I'm putting up right now, so you'd be able to follow through with this and also be able to write these down. So, number 1, assess what you have. What I have presently is not too much. I have a freezer full of assorted meats that would last us a week or two, a bit of food staples in our storage that we would like to have regularly, and that's about it. No freeze-dried kits, no 72-hour bins, nothing for any time short or long if the supply chains are going down. I need a lot. On the flip side, I do have the desktop aquaponics system that I currently have cycling. Pictures will be coming soon. As well as a ton of book learning, that how everything comes together. And then also, we do have 72-hour backpacks that we bought the kids and ourselves a few years back. And not to mention what we don't have. We don't have the stuff for water sanitation if we have any questions of what the source is in the future. We don't have the daily commodities stockpiled as we need to. The toilet paper, the bullets, the first aid, the toothpaste. All of which I will detail later in the video here. So in order of prioritization for my list, the first thing on it is the get out of Dodge kits, the 72-hour packets that we're going to get up to date and replenished. Also, this daily commodity stockpiling, we're going to be able to get those onesie-twosies up and running and be able to get those packed away. Now, with all that in motion and hitting on all 12 cylinders, let's take a look at the long-term needs as well. Now, bringing up that list, we're going to be assessing what you have, identifying what you truly need, setting the steps of what actions need to be taken, and number 4, begin and work it diligently. Oh, that's a long ways down there. So in terms of the desktop aquaponics system that I'm currently cycling through with my goldfish, the long term, I'm basically starting from scratch. Obviously the desktop is not going to be able to feed my household, but I do plan on planting berry producing plants like peppers, tomatoes, cucumbers, watermelon, be able to help myself and my family to be able to push forward the stockpiles that we want to be able to gather for our increasing foodstuffs. What I truly need to be able to do is get myself a mobile greenhouse. Since I'm renting here, I can't put anything down permanently. I will need to get that aquaponics system that I can be able to take down and put back up at a moment's notice. Additionally, I will also need to get a quality solar generator, something that will be the power source for that greenhouse that I can use in times of great need. Additionally, I will need to increase our foodstuffs. Now, the tried and true method, canning, is right there for us, and that aquaponics guy will be covering that very shortly in the next videos that we have coming up. But there's also freeze drying. Now, I can go to those companies with their 25-year guarantees of non-spoilage of the food, or I can actually get the freeze dryer myself. Now, you may be wondering why a Willie Robertson lookalike is pontificating about food and about a plan. You may be asking, who am I? What are my qualifications? I'm just like most Americans, which is mostly unprepared. I don't have any degrees in agriculture or forestry management to shake a stick at. I'm the farthest thing away from a camper you can speak of. I'm not into the hiking or the survival adventures that many others are. I do have a little bit of food storage, but not nearly enough for 6+ household members. I do live in a rental where nothing can be permanent. There's no underground shelters, no vaults for food or other types of prepper items. I don't have a lot of cash or commodities on hand or at all. Though my knowledge is extensive, I don't have the hands-on application, which is minimal at best. And seemingly, I know of no one else doing this. No other examples that I can draw from personally. And basically, I'm starting from the beginning on everything. Like you, I'm just someone who wants to educate himself on all that I can and demonstrate that if a poor schlub like me can do it, what could be holding you back? My hope is to show you all of my struggles, my efforts, and the plan of actions that I've put into place to be able to have that peace of mind of being self-sufficient and having the measures of sustainability in place for those that are in my social circles, my loved ones, my friends, my family. And I welcome you along for that journey. Housekeeping time. Hey, click on the thumbs up down below. It helps with the building of this channel and the metrics that the almighty YouTube is using to show more of this channel to the likes of you and me. And if you haven't done it already, consider subscribing at the buttons below. Also, pull out that all alerts icon out there and smash it so that you'll be able to get all the videos that we're having on a weekly basis. Feel free as well to share this video with whomever you wish. And like always, ever be so kind. Now back to why you clicked on this video in the first place. Beginning with my plan. Now, like most of us, I'm no expert, but this is how I see my plan moving forward. And the graphic is in 3, 2, 1. Gain a great get out of Dodge kit for each family member. Water sanitation supplies, fire producing kits, and info gathering along with the needed portable foodstuffs. Get number 2, the desktop aquaponics kit running smoothly. Number 3, start increasing my buys for the daily commodities each time I go to the grocery store. Number 4, buy extra food and can it, and or freeze dry it. Number 5, continuing on, is build my skills. I need to be able to do canning. I've watched my grandma do it a long time ago, but I've never ever done it personally. I want to gain that skill. I also want to be making pemmican for the 72-hour kits. Now, if you're not familiar with it, I will show you in some upcoming videos. Seedling starting. A part of the aquaponics process is to need to have a good seedling starts to make your results happen. That is next. Also, all there is to do with the freeze drying meals scenario, I want to be able to learn that. Number 6 on my list is I need to save for that solar generator. It's pricey, but well worth it. And lastly, number 7, get the plans for that greenhouse that I want to be able to do and all that comes with it. Well, we'll stop the list right there for the moment because this is a few fantastic pieces to chew on this great proverbial elephant that we have in front of us. Take a moment here for your plan. What have you identified as your short or long-term goals? What do you have on your list, which is your next? As always, feel free to be able to put your comments down below. What do you have on your list? We'd love to hear from you and be able to talk with you about it, as well as give us a thumbs up for this video. And lastly, if you by chance have not yet subscribed, please be able to do that and open up that all alerts icon and click that thing till no tomorrow. The next video will be tackling the part 2 of the series, which will be the building of the desktop aquaponics system. And like always, keep the faith, and remember, when you are prepared, you need not fear. Choose. How do you get out of this thing?